Alright, what have we got here? This is the this is the third in the set of missions in DCS that I'm working on. Now, if you recall, the last mission was we attacked the towers at Dover. I was calling them radar towers, but they're probably actually transmission towers. Anyway, nevertheless, towers. A couple of those were destroyed. These two here were destroyed. Now I'm mixing it up a bit and attacking a different site. Down here we've got a little bit of a village going on here. We go map. Oh, it doesn't really say what it is. But we have some more towers. Now what I've done here is I have assigned this one by right clicking and clicking assign as, and it's defined it as essentially an entity, if you will. The names here, I've kept the same name, and I'm going to be doing some dive bombing attacks. Now I have set up down here just two groups of bombers. I've decided to give the pilots names now. So we've got here we have Lehman, Neumann, and Lorenz, and in this one we have Winter, Fischer, and Schreiber. So they're going to fly. They're a bit lower this time. They're only 5,000 feet. So they're going to fly. I'm setting them up way at the end of the edge of the map there to give a bit more time for things to happen. They fly along here. They then reach this point here. Now I've set both of them up to be in big formation, so they should fly together for the duration of the trip. Okay. Now this one, which is tethered to the main group via the advanced waypoint option big formation, tethered to the first Staffel. However, I've said the last waypoint that I want you to be a part of this formation is waypoint number 1. So the reason I've done this is that so then they fly along together in formation all the way along here. Then at waypoint 1 they break off. Now the reason why I've done that is because it makes the attack work better. If I keep them all in formation and then I tell them to do a ground attack over here in dive bombing, then it doesn't quite work very well. But if I break off the formations, so here they're in big formation, then they get to 1 and they break off. They're no longer in formation. This is the first Staffel. Now, they both then get to here, waypoint 2. They both essentially become independent units. They then fly to waypoint 2. Actually, I might move this one just a little bit off. Move them to there. Okay. They then fly in their respective groups of 3, and I have, oh shit, I have them now lined up to do a bombing. I added a bombing, run, perform task, bombing, all bombs. The group is to attack, and they are to dive bomb. Now I've done that with the same with the second group. Dive bombing, group attacks, drop all bombs. And I've set their attack point to be this radar tower here. Now, so they should do that. Another important thing that I've done is I've set a trigger, tower destroyed, map object is dead. Now the map object, the name of it was AMES transmitter. AIMS transmitter. When that's been destroyed, flag number 1 is set to on. Now that's important because for each of these, their bombing runs, I've given them a stop condition. So if flag number 1 is on, that means they stop their attack. And if you remember, flag number 1 is only on once the tower has been destroyed. That's it in theory, anyway. Once the tower's been destroyed, they then both fly to waypoint number 3. Now, at waypoint number 3, our second Staffel, number 2, which is led by Captain Winter, rejoins the big formation. Rejoin big formation. As a matter of fact, leader, yes, go into the right position. They then fly home. Now, I'm just going to save that. Now, us over here, taking off again from the same airstrip, myself, Pole, and Sour. Our job is to take off with fuel tanks, fly all the way over to the bombing area here. I've drawn a circle. Might make that a different color actually, like yellow. And our job is to fly here and engage the anti-aircraft. Now I've only put 3 anti-aircraft units here. That's fine. In theory, I wouldn't necessarily know that they were here. So what I would probably do in a future mission is I'll create a number of them in here, and I'll create a probability that they occur or not. That way I don't really know how many are there. I've set the time is still 8:30. I've set the day a couple of days later. But the previous mission was 21st of October. Now I'm doing it 23rd of October to simulate. Now we can change the cloud cover. Currently it's scattered 1. We'll go, let's try scattered 6 today. Save. Now, let's have a look. I would like to have a look and see. I'm going to get rid of the flare gun. Now this is the percentage of failure for all of these. You can actually set an actual failure to occur after a certain amount of time with a probability. So I could set all of these as a 1 to 2% probability and leave that as after a certain amount of time. So there's quite a number of things that can go wrong here, isn't there? Oof. Well, that's random. Oh my goodness. I don't know whether I don't like that probability. 80% that the rudder control is crippled after 29 minutes within 51 minutes. So within 51 minutes, after 20 minutes in the mission, within 51 minutes there's a 62% probability of the rudder control being damaged. Now that's interesting. 92% probability that the aileron control will be crippled after 13 minutes of flight and within 34 minutes. That's a pretty high probability. I don't like that. But that's interesting. So I'll clear those. I might do that in the next mission. So we've got the fuel tank. should call ourselves the number 53. We don't actually have a proper designation for the fighter group at the moment, but that's alright. Save that. Alright, well, that's the idea of the mission. The bombers then fly back after performing their dive bombing, attacking that particular tower, and we fly back to our base. So, we'll see how that plays out. And if it works well, then you'll see me very shortly. Alright, here we go. So, testing all of the various controls, making sure everything's in order. Starting off from the same airfield again, of course. Ignition's on. So now there's no flare gun. I've switched that off. So now you can see the prop pitch. So this is manually brought around to 12 o'clock before switched over here onto auto, and then that will go around to the 12:30 position. Fuel pumps on. Pumping. Magnetos, both magnetos are on. Tail wheel is locked. Trim nose down about 1.5.
Copy.
Just activated the nose cannon. Just charged it. Again, that's Alt space. Running the starter, moving the throttle up just a smidgen.
Clear.
Pull the starter handle, and we should get up to around about 10. There we are, nice easy start. Nothing too rough. While we're warming up, let's take a look. Now over here, we've got our formation of 6 Ju-88s. Each one has 2 bombs. Now, they're heading off to dive bomb the towers. Warming up, should get ready to go. And we're off. There they are, off in the distance, if you can see that. Now this time I was a bit awkward with my taxiing to the runway. Not as elegant as the last time. To the point where my wingmen are right on my tail, pushing me along. Now the way that, I'm not sure if I've talked about this in prior videos, but the way to control the plane on the way is tapping the brakes of the left and the right, as you can see. Tap the left to go left, tap the right to go right. A little bit all over the shop. These things aren't the easiest thing to control. And the tail wheel lock unlocked at the moment, so we can pivot to move around, you'll see that I should switch it on. There we go. Locks the rear tail wheel so that we go straight. Again, not very elegant. I'll go over here. Where's the runway? I think this is it here, no? Here we are. Oh, we must get in amongst the grass. As soon as we get on the runway, we throttle up, and I was having a bit of difficulty here lining up on the runway. Oh, I'm looking on the wrong runway. There we go. Okay, so throttling up. Speed's picking up. Gear up as soon as takeoff. Now I think I took a few seconds to realise that the radiator flaps were locked in the open position. As they are, as you can see down here, they're locked in the open. And there we close them. Or switch to automatic. And we are away. Now, if you recall, the objective of this mission is to escort, actually no, not to escort, but to arrive at the target zone. So we can go to the map now, is to arrive at the target zone area, which is over here, which I'm not sure if I marked with the, can't see it on the map, but here, this is the area that we're going to now. Let's have a look. See if we can go into free view. Now, the Ju-88s were tasked with the objective of attacking this tower here. If you watch the previous video, then it was a different radar or transmission tower set that they bombed, which was over in that direction, northerly, and this is the one that they've got on their target, as their target now. The objective of us is, see if we can find them anywhere, to take out the anti-aircraft. Which are scattered around here. There's only 3 of them, so it's not too bad. Is to take out the anti-aircraft before the Ju-88s arrive and commence their dive bombing run. See if we can find them. Oh, it's me getting my flight into a formation.
Flight. Go finger 4.
Where are
Copy.
they? Okay, I can't find them. So the easiest way to find them is to simply click on them, and then we hit F11. Oh no. F7, I think it is. F7. There we are. Now, that's one of them. Where's the tower? There it is. So yes, that's why they're quite hard to find. Yeah, just a nice morning. No idea of what's to come. There's the 88s over there. See if I can see my flight. Oh, that's me just testing the cannon. There's one, and there's my other. I can hear him, but I can't see him. There he is over there. There are the 88s. Let's go have a look at them. We'll zip across. There we are. They're on their way. Can't see... Oh, there we are. There's our 3 fighters. Nice clear day, so good, very good visibility. Clouds are high. Let's have a look down here. A little bit of a village here. There are the bombers. So they're flying in nice formation. This is the big formation, if you give them that instruction in the mission setup. And the combat box, close combat box formation. like I say, I'm only sending 6 this time. It's a straightforward dive bombing mission against a single target, so not carpet bombing.
Flight. Close formation.
Very nice buildings and assets in the channel map. Nice detail. Certainly improvement on the Normandy map. Be good to see the Normandy map get this kind of a makeover, so we get both areas of France and England in this kind of detail. But yes, I imagine putting one of these maps together takes a very large amount of time. So and the World War II doesn't seem to be the primary objective or the main focus of DCS. As a point of interest, I use voice attack for the commands because I fly VR, so voice attack is incredibly helpful so that all of the radio commands I can do via voice. So I have a command, an audio command, where I activate the radio, and then I can select F1 or F2 or F3 or F4 just by saying it. Very helpful. Now where are we? Still over France, but there's England. Everything looks good. Fuel pressure looks good. Oil pressure looks good. Engine temperature good. Oil temperature fine. We are running with a fuel tank, so an extra fuel tank, so we've got plenty of fuel. All the guns are active. This is the safety flap that's on at the moment, so we don't accidentally fire the gun. Oxygen isn't on, we're not going very high. Revving at about, is that 2,000? See how my formation is going. Nice, very tight formation. And we are over the water. Looks like I'm descending. Yep, descending. How are those bombers going? Making their way in good time. Not too far behind. It'll give us just enough time to get there ahead of them and take out the anti-aircraft defences. So this is where we use, we have a look at the map. So over here we have the pointy bit. Over here is Dover. Dover is over here, we know that. There's a pointy bit there. So when one brings up the map, one can see, as you can see here, that we're heading just north of the pointy bit. Pointy bit. Between Dover and the tip of the pointy bit is where we need to head. I think, if memory serves, I think I attacked this one. I think this is the one that I go for. Could be wrong. We'll keep our eyes on this one. Now we can't see the fighters in the sky just yet, I don't think. Made worse because we're looking into the sun. So very difficult to see where they're coming from. Not too far now. There are the bombers. Now, how close are they to the coastline? Very close, in fact they've gone over it. Fantastic there. Well on their way. Now if you recall, I've programmed them so that they split off from formation before they get to the bombing waypoint. There is a command that they should break off as soon as that tower is destroyed and then fly on and reform. A little bit off course. I did do a bit of a cheat there and mark myself on the map. Here we go. So they haven't picked up any targets as of yet, so I can't instruct my wingmen to engage yet. Where's the target area? Can we see it? I think that's it over there. There we go, we're at the top.
Flight. Engage targets of opportunity.
Moving into attack. Oh, no, it's this one that I'm going for. And he's gone. Yep, that's all that's left. The others have woken up. This is where I try to instruct them again. They're still wanting to fly in formation and not engage the enemy. Now I think they do. I think they do respond. Maybe it's...
Flight. Engage targets of opportunity.
There we go. See, perhaps the defences need to engage first before my wingmen will respond. But that seems a bit silly. Okay, let's do a view from here. Oof. It's a bit difficult to see. Let's move back a bit. Oh, here they come. That anti-aircraft is doing nothing. Asleep at the wheel. Oh. And there's the other one. So that's all three of them taken out. Just in time for the bombers. With their captains' names: Fischer, Winter, Schreiber, Neumann, Lehmann and Lorenz. Switch those off. They now have a clear run. They should soon be splitting up their formations, so let's watch them. And then we'll see when that happens. There we go. Now they've been given their instruction to break off the big formation, and each Keta has their own objective now, or their own autonomy to then fly off and approach and attack the target as they see fit. fighters in the background. Only just. Now they're making their attack run. The lead bomber from each group is making the first run. They just need to watch each other. The others are holding back. And down he goes. He's off target. This one's not. This one's a bit closer. Bombs away. No bombs? Okay. What about the others? Oof. That got it. And off they go. They didn't come under any enemy fire, they had a clear run. See, what I perhaps should have done is I should have had the second group attack this tower. They both attacked that one tower. Nevertheless, the main tower has been destroyed. Now that it's been destroyed, they form up. Ooh, there's some more towers over there. Need to take those out. Clearly they've done their job now. We can fly back. see how the formation's forming back up again. That's good. So they're all coming back together. We can see all 6 of them. Now I wonder if they fly over any anti-aircraft. I plotted a course through. So let's go to the map. We can go to the map now. I plotted a course through this way, I think. Oh no, through that way. So they should fly over there and then fly down that way, and not encounter any further anti-aircraft fire. We're over here, making our way back to here. Oh. Well, that's, I suppose, just ignore that. Yep, very good. So it looks like that's the way to do the dive bombing. If you want to have multiple groups attacking a target, flying in formation to begin with, and then they break off a waypoint before engaging, before going on their dive run, and then they do their dive run, and then have them come back in as a big formation after the fact. Seems to be the cleanest way to do it. I had them stay in big formation the whole way and they just get all messy. Break off the big formation, go for the attack, and then reform. That's for dive bombing anyway. For carpet bombing, they can just stay as a big formation. But now their motivation is to reform as both of the Keta together in the swarm. Where's the last one? Where's the straggler? Here he comes. Now, this one did drop his bombs. This one didn't. This one didn't. Aha! So who is this? Winter. Winter gets it. But I don't know whether it was Winter's bombs, and this one is Fisher. Winter and Fisher dropped their bombs. Not sure which one got the kill. Actually, I wonder if I can press... Oh yes, that comes up. Various TAC view. Mission is over, it says. Interesting. Must it be the real time? It must be for the current situation. Yeah, hangover from when I actually flew it. I forgot to drop my fuel tank. I was going to drop it in the sea. There it goes. Let's watch it fall down. Oops. Break off, return to base. See how the 88s are going. Yeah, forming up nicely. And on their way back. Thinking about what to do for the next mission. Maybe I'd like to implement the randomization of potential mechanical failure. See how that goes. Do I make it a complicated mission as part of that trial, or do I just do a simple one? What I might do is I could do a carpet bombing raid on another set of towers as we make our way down. This time we could put one or two British fighters. Spitfires are very challenging to fight against. So we'll ease up. I might take 6 of us over. 6 fighters. We'll vastly outnumber them to begin with. Maybe 6 of us, 2 of them, just to make it a little bit interesting. Oh, tell you what, maybe I'll do a bombing of their airfield. Got away with it for now. We know that there's an airfield there that needs to be taken out. We've damaged their communication system sufficiently over the last couple of missions. So we'll fly across, we'll bomb, start attacking their airfields. Old Battle of Britain style. Here we go, looks like we're approaching the airfield now. Or maybe that's one of the other airfields. Yeah, that's the other airfield, the small one. So attack an airfield. Maybe bring in some Ju-88s as well. They need to scramble to stop the bombers with a couple of fighters. I'll put some fighters on the airfield that will remain dormant, and a couple that will scramble to attack, to intercept the bombers. And our job as fighters will be to protect the bombers from the fighters. Their job is to stop the bombers. Yeah, that could be fun. That way the Spitfires will not be directly attacking us. Their objective is to go for the bombers, and it gives us something to aim for. Potentially get into some aerial combat. We won't take bombs ourselves because we need the fuel tanks. And then perhaps in a future mission we'll do some fighter bomber attacks as well. Yeah, that'd be fun. Because I think with DCS is constructing the missions, I find is one of the most enjoyable parts of it. Troubleshooting the different elements of the mission build, because anyone who does anything with DCS mission editor knows that things can and usually do go wrong and require a bit of tweaking. It's very rewarding when it works though, like in this mission where I managed to get the dive bombers to behave as I wanted them. See how those 88s are doing. Oh yep, very good. Pretty much back in their formation. Excellent. Oh wait, I think I see a train going forwards. Do my eyes deceive me? No, this train's going the correct direction. Well, there's something new. That is one thing about is a bit of a shame, is there are no train noises. This one's going backwards though. Yeah, there are no train noises.
Enfield 1-1. Abort inbound, resuming mission.
Oh, I don't remember doing that. Airfield. Flaps down a little bit there. doesn't feel right about this. Something doesn't feel quite right. I think the replay has messed up. Oh yeah, big time. Now that shouldn't be. Well, I guess that dispels the thought that multiplayer saved the replays correctly. I thought something was amiss when the incorrect radio communication came through. Yes, I should have landed. There were some controls there that... So I wonder... In this one I was messing around, I went into the map, back out of the map. I also deselected and selected the labeling using the joystick during this this replay. Perhaps that had something to do with it as well. I hadn't done that in the previous videos where everything worked out well, so it could be that any kind of input or interaction messes the replay. And we'll try with the next one, and I'll not touch anything. Well, there's my wingman, he's okay. And there are the bombers. So, with that said, end of the mission, effectively. I died, which I didn't do in the actual mission. You'll have to trust me on that. I didn't crash into a field. But nevertheless, if you watched that and enjoyed it, well, thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll see you for the next one.